Are you feeling burned out in your MSL or medical affairs role? The answer to this question is yes. I have some very tough news for you. This is probably your own fault. Yes, getting burned out has to do with the workload and travel requirements, but this is only part of the equation. When you are experiencing burnout, this is often a reflection of how you are managing yourself, or more importantly, not managing yourself. In today's hack, I have 5 harsh realities for why you're getting burned out in your medical affairs role. I also have fixes for each one of those over on the Medical Affairs Value blog. So if any of these sound like you, be sure to check them out. Also, be sure to share your thoughts. I want to know if these are things that you are struggling with as well. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Katrina. I am the creator of Medical Affairs Strategy Hacks. Thank you for coming along with me on this journey to help improve in strategic thinking, communication, productivity, time management skills, and all those things that are critical to medical affairs demonstrating their value. I've had several MSLs reach out to me recently about feeling burned out. They don't like all the travel, or they are feeling really bummed out about the metrics and having to just get more meetings and more meetings and more meetings. This inspired today's hack, which is on the 5 harsh realities why you're feeling burned out. The first one is likely due to the fact that your schedule is a mess. I often see that medical affairs people prioritize scheduling meetings or scientific conferences, but they do not schedule their own well-being. This is really important to avoiding burnout. I have more tips over on the Medical Affairs Value blog for you, but one I want to touch on is one that has really helped me when it comes to travel. So I traveled extensively for 6 years and noticed that it was really important to my overall well-being to identify what my travel boundaries were and then maintain those. So here's an example of what I mean. I've talked about this before, but red-eye flights just trash me. I am completely worthless the next day if I take a red-eye. And so what I started doing is ensuring that I never take red-eye flights for work. This really increased my well-being. Again, the point here is not that you shouldn't take red-eye flights. There are lots of people that do well on red-eyes. It's about finding your boundaries and requirements to make work travel fun. Okay, enough about that. Now let's go on to harsh reality number 2 of why you are feeling burned out in your medical affairs role. It's probably because you never take breaks. I'm very guilty of this, and it seems so counterintuitive that for you to not get burned out and to be super productive, that you need to take a lot of breaks. I've noticed what happens with me is that I get this feeling of like a heavy blanket is just sitting on my head when I'm really tired and I need a break. And my brain is moving and going, but just not very fast. And it's really painful. So when I notice that happening, that's when I know that I really need to take a break. Another great way to manage this is to schedule in your breaks. Because I'm personally and so bad at taking breaks, I schedule in multiple per day, and then I usually end up taking at least one. So that's my current mind game that I'm playing with myself. If you have any tips on taking breaks, please let me know, because this is an area I personally really struggle with. All right, now harsh reality number 3 on why you're burning out is that you don't have a hobby. What I see a lot of medical affairs people do is work, work, work. If you're only working, this is just going to cause your brain to get so tired and lead to burnout. Hobbies are a form of active rest, so you want to find something that is engaging your brain and requires some skill, but is not something you do professionally. There's no rules on what the hobby should be. It can be anything that helps you recharge. When you figure that out, schedule in time in your calendar for that particular hobby. This is a form of rest and really important for you to not get burned out. My favorite thing to do right now is to skim the leaves off of my pool. So I just kind of walk around and systematically skim all the leaves off. It feels so good. The pool is clean, my brain is cleared afterwards. So I really hope that you have a hobby or activity like that that helps you feel rejuvenated. All right, harsh reality number 4 to why you are probably feeling burned out, especially when it comes to metrics, is that you are approaching metrics wrong. It's important to have a mindset around metrics of neutrality. Metrics are not good or bad, they just are. So instead of stressing out about meeting your metrics and all of that, just take a neutral point of view on them and create different systems that help ensure that you meet them. I have really great resources on this for you. From an article I'll link up here on how to plan your month for maximum impact. I also have the MSL Impact Template Bundle. I'll link this over here on how to figure out what you need to be accomplishing to have the most impact and then set your schedule around that or create a system around that. It's beautiful. So definitely check those out. All right, now harsh reality number 5 is that you don't have boundaries. This one is especially important if you think that you need to change jobs so you don't feel burned out, because you will be pushed up against your boundaries at any job you go to. An important thing for you to realize is that there will always be more work than you can complete. And when you realize that, this helps you get the systems in place, helps you schedule better so that you are not getting burned out and you're getting a lot of rest. That was a huge breakthrough for me when I realized, okay, I just can't do everything. So now I really got to get my prioritization and schedule down pat. I have a really great hack on that with a simple 2-step process on how to get better at setting boundaries. So there you are. There were the 5 harsh realities on why you're probably feeling burned out in medical affairs. What do you think? Do any of these resonate with you? Let me know how you're managing burnout or what type of issues are causing your burnout. I would love to hear more of what's going on in your world. Also, I want to know what's working for you. Very important. If you think that getting another job is going to help deal with burnout, you will just find yourself in that nasty burnout cycle that I mentioned before. It's really important to get to the root cause of your burnout and then create systems and routines to ensure that it doesn't happen again. If you found this hack useful, please be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It really helps it out. Also, when you go over to the Medical Affairs Value blog to check out all those great resources I mentioned, be sure to sign up for the newsletter as well. I create content like this on a weekly basis and then summarize it in a nice email that comes to your inbox every Monday morning. Thank you again so much for being here. I can't thank you enough.